AI schooling. You think it's the ultimate freedom? Look at your neck. You just upgraded your shackles. While everyone is obsessing over ChatGPT, they are ignoring a 3,000-year-old warning. The Japanese Kanji for school is literally a medieval torture device. Let me prove it. Welcome to the matrix of kanji. You think of school as a place of enlightenment. But look closer. The character Ku was built to break you. It is not an institution. It is a factory for conformity. Let's peel back the layers of this linguistic onion. Warning, you might shed a few tears of realization. It's time for some forensic kanji dissection. Grab your linguistic scalpels, my fellow mystery hunters. We are going to split the kanji for school ko, right down the middle. What spills out isn't just ink, but the chilling intentions of ancient bureaucrats. For all you JLPT warriors out there, forget those boring flashcards. We're using a little historical trauma to lock this character into your memory forever. Let's examine the left side. The radical ki, meaning wood. Innocent enough, right? A peaceful bamboo grove? Think again. Here, it represents the state's timber. You aren't a curious student. You are raw material. Just a log waiting to be milled, bolted down, and standardized into a perfectly compliant taxpayer. Pinocchio wanted to be a real boy. The educational system prefers you remain a wooden puppet. It's much easier to manage. Now for the right side, ko, meaning to intersect or mingle. Sounds like a fun college mixer, right? Dead wrong. Look closely at the shape. It looks like a person with their legs crossed, but they aren't doing yoga. Those are crossed, bound limbs. It's the ultimate posture of submission. It represents the exact intersection where your free will crashes head-on into absolute authority. Still want to study abroad? So let's do the morbid math. Wood plus bound limbs. Smash them together, and what do you get? A wooden shackle. Yes, you heard me correctly. The kanji for school literally depicts an ancient wooden device used to restrain criminals. Suddenly, those incredibly uncomfortable, rigid wooden desks from your childhood make a lot more sense, don't they? Welcome to your daily linguistic confinement. From physical shackles, we inevitably move to architectural ones. Notice the design of early schools. They weren't inspired by beautiful Greek academies or open-air forums. They were modeled after military barracks and prisons. The goal was forced order. They didn't want to cultivate creative geniuses. They wanted to manufacture obedient soldiers and factory workers who marched to the sound of a bell. It's basically Alcatraz, but with more pop quizzes. Barracks to school, the ultimate invisible mind control. They corral you into neat little rows, broadcast standardized information directly into your prefrontal cortex, and severely punish any deviation from the norm. It's a beautifully terrifying, well-oiled machine. They don't just dictate your daily schedule, they literally shape your reality. You thought you were just learning algebra? How cute, you were actually majoring in absolute compliance. Forget rote memorization. Writing a character 50 times is for absolute amateurs. The most effective teaching tool? Mild psychological trauma. When you associate a kanji with a dark, twisted revelation, it burns itself directly into your hippocampus. It's the ultimate mnemonic device. You will never, ever look at the word for school the same way again. Your linguistic innocence is effectively ruined. But hey, your Japanese is improving. Let's vividly visualize this concept again. The prisoner, helplessly tied to the heavy tree. The student, shackled to the unforgiving wooden desk. This parallel isn't some quirky coincidence. It is a core feature of the design. The system is operating exactly as it was intended centuries ago. Every single time you write this character, you are participating in a microscopic historical reenactment of state subjugation. Try not to let your pen tremble. Of course, there's always that one guy in the neighborhood, the tinfoil hat dad, trying desperately to escape the matrix by starting a secret, off-the-grid school. He sees the invisible lasers of societal conformity. But here's the ultimate paradox. Can you truly escape a system when the very language you use to rebel is built on its restrictive foundations? The shackles aren't just in the concrete buildings. They are hard-coded into the vocabulary. Just look at these chilling blueprints. A standard classroom layout on the left, and a maximum security prison block on the right. Notice any significant differences? Yeah, me neither. It's the urban legend that turns out to be a depressing architectural reality. It's the panopticon effect in action. You are always being watched, always evaluated, always graded by an authority figure at the front. The only real difference? Prisoners actually get time off for good behavior. This dark realization quickly becomes the shadow lingering in your unconscious. Every time you step into a classroom, A primal, reptilian part of your brain instantly recognizes the trap. The heavy, oppressive weight of the kanji ko looms invisibly over the chalkboard, practically dripping with the sweat, tears, and crushed dreams of countless generations. It's psychological, linguistic horror at its absolute finest. Stephen King, take notes. But remember, knowledge is power. Now it is time for you to assert linguistic dominance. By understanding the brutal etymology, you strip the kanji of its hidden subconscious power over you. You are no longer the prisoner tied to the tree. You are the warden of your own mind. You can finally see the green code of the linguistic matrix. Honestly, Neo would be incredibly proud of your JLPT studies right now. Because, really, did you know ko literally translates to shackle? The next time you're at a polite language exchange meetup, casually drop that fact and just watch the color drain from everyone's faces. You're not just studying Japanese vocabulary anymore. You're actively uncovering ancient political conspiracies. Your standard Genki textbook is actually a dark grimoire of state control. Mind, absolutely blown. Boom, native status, completely destroyed. The hilarious part? Even native Japanese speakers usually have no idea about the dark history lurking inside their everyday vocabulary. You now possess forbidden, cursed knowledge. You look at the word school and see an ancient torture device. They look at it and just see annoying math homework. You are now operating on a completely different intellectual plane. Use this power wisely. So let's confidently review our basic JLPT N5 vocabulary. Gaku, school. Or as we now accurately know it, the quote, institution of the wooden shackle. I dare you to write that definition on your next multiple choice test. Knowing this definitely makes the daily, soul-crushing commute on the crowded Yamanote line feel a bit more like a literal prisoner transport, doesn't it? And what about the word kocho? The principal, literally translated, the head of the shackles, the chief warden of the facility. Suddenly, being called to the principal's office carries a much more medieval and genuinely terrifying weight. It's not just a lunchtime detention anymore, it's a full-blown linguistic inquisition. Make sure you bow deeply to the chief warden. And now, welcome to the modern era. With AI schooling and mandatory virtual reality headsets, the evolution is complete. We've seamlessly transitioned from heavy wooden blocks to sleek, digital shackles. The physical classroom might disappear, but the mind control is vastly more immersive than ever before. You are strapped in, logged on, and completely subservient to the educational algorithm. The Matrix just received a massive update. Congratulations, scholars. You have successfully mastered the true, terrifying meaning of ko. You survived the mnemonic trauma. If you enjoyed having your innocent worldview completely shattered, and your language studies turned into a dark psychological thriller, hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. The bell is ringing, inmates. Go enjoy your temporary freedom. Class dismissed.